Greetings, realm of progeny. Welcome to the More You Know podcast with the voice.
And the felly,
So let's talk motions.
motions. Oh, I know all about motions. Newton's first law of motion, an object at rest will remain at rest, and an object in motion continues in motion.
What? Ellie, we aren't talking about that motion. We're talking today about how to write a motion for meetings. So, what is a
Oh,
motion? Anyone remember what that human jingle about Bill who sat on Capitol Hill?
oh my God, I so do. I love that one. It goes like, I'm just a bill. Well, it's a long, long journey to the capital city.
Well, a motion is something similar to that, Felly. A motion is a written request or a proposal that starts as an idea put on an empty scroll. It gets presented, debated, and possibly ends up as a law, a rule, or a procedure.
Oh, well, I'm still kind of stuck on bill because, we should have our own bill, and it's like a long, long wait while I'm sitting in committee, but I know I'll be a law someday. At least I hope and pray that I will. But today, I'm still just a bill.
Felly, stop that. Stop it, Felly.
Oh, oh, okay. Okay. Well, there's some main motions and some little secondary motions. A main motion is an item you want to introduce to the council to consider and vote on to become rule of the land, so to speak. A secondary motion is one that pops up during a meeting that is more like procedures. Like, I motion to adjourn.
Ooh, I like that one. That is my favorite motion.
Mine too. It gets me to lunch sooner in that taco truck. Woo woo.
Woo woo. Who can write a motion? Now, that depends on what meeting you're at. So, house leaders for the COH meetings and clan leaders for the GCSC. That is why a house leader presenting a motion is seeking a sponsor for the GCSC. They need a clan leader to present it. If
If not the princeps sovereign, you may want to check with your princeps or sovereign that you are in league with to figure out their thoughts on the motion as you are representing them.
remember that it should be clearly and concisely worded. Don't be over wordy and confuse the issue at hand. So, Felly, we would want to think through your motion carefully and determine exactly what it is you want to accomplish with it. Include details and support it. Anticipate questions and objections and answer them in your motion. So just write it in your own style, in your own RP. But remain clear and precise. This is just a guide to help you through for the best results. So do your research on the topic, ask realm leaders for their thoughts, and ask your leaders for thoughts. Check your meeting histories, and in other words, just be prepared.
You said that motion start as an idea. Guess what? I just had an idea. Because I don't know about you, but I've been sitting in these meetings and I catch a whiff of something. And you know what? Some of these people really have an odor. They have really gotten out of control and have forgotten what soap in the afterlife is. Like, they really smell, they reek. I will write a motion to make them clean up before coming to a meeting. What do you think?
I think that's a great idea. I think that we really need a motion like that. I have really smelled some really bad smells.
It was
And I think
rank. It was like, woo.
that's
What
pretty
century did that
disgusting.
come from?
Right? I mean, if you go far enough back, it could be rodent, it could be the scourge, it could be anything.
Bubonic plague. What?
What? That's not no, no.
That is not a
So,
normal smell.
no, it's pretty gross. And when you're in a meeting and you have to sit next to someone that is like super disgusting,
Right. And
yeah,
got like that pig pen like dust around them. Like, yeah, it's not good.
no, not good at all. So, Philly, we want to keep our emotions in role play format. On your scroll of a note card, be sure title your motion. Remember to introduce yourself, like greetings, i.e., Dougie Vampire or Jane Doe Vampire. Noticed a problem, state briefly the problem. Give a brief summation, let it be written that. Also, you want to include, I hereby motion that. In other words, you would state a very simple sentence that the main idea of the motion is, and then you want to sign your motion and submit your motion to the scribe to be added to the next meeting. Just remember, those motions are different now. All motions are to be discussed in the COH first to gain sponsorship to go to the GCSC. The exceptions to this rule are in matters of war and PLS, like the EOS, matters which can directly be motions to the GCSC. So motions started at COH level do not have to be voted on in the COH. They can be voted on to gauge what the community feels about the motion, like taking a poll. The writer of the motion does not even have to change anything based on the discussion. So there are no motions to amend. The writer of the motion is seeking a sponsor, like a clan leader, to take it to the GCSC where it will be further discussed, possibly passed and amended or voted down. Belly, Belly, are you
Mm,
there? Are you paying
yeah,
attention?
I'm here. I'm listening. Let
Did you
me.
even hear what I said?
I did. You said motions started at the COH level do not have to be voted on in the COH. They can be voted on to gauge what the community feels about the motion, like taking a poll. The writer of the motion does not even have to change anything based on the discussion. There are no motions to amend. The writer of the motion is seeking a sponsor, a clan leader, to take it to the GCSC where it will be further discussed, possibly passed, amended, or voted down. See, I was paying attention.
Well done, Felly. You were. All right. So, know your original motion might be changed at the next level and does not have to repass through the COH. Keep that in mind. The exception to this rule is if the motion only pertains to the COH. For example, when the agenda has changed for the COH, that motion is only for the COH agenda. Therefore, the regular rules for the motions also are in effect. Think of the COH as a think tank for the GCSC. Many times a writer might even see at the meeting that the entire community would be against the motion and withdraw it completely.
Oh, I've seen that happen several times.
I have too. So, Felly, we want to be ready. Don't be offended by questions about your motion. Everyone has their own opinions. Be ready to defend your idea with the facts, not your emotions, whether you are for a motion or against a motion. Help people see your vision for what your motion will accomplish. So once a motion is on the agenda, the chair will ask the, which means they have the floor. When they are done presenting it, they yield the floor, meaning they give it back to the chair to speak next. Remember to be brief. Paste your motion in local in small parts, giving people time to read it. Some may not even have time to check the agenda and have no idea about your motion.
I'm shocked that people don't pay attention to the agenda. I'm shocked. I'm not.
Oh my God.
You can dress me up. You can't take me to anywhere.
Well, I tried dressing you up and, I tried to take you out, but you just, you just messed it all up. Gee, Felly, what am I going to do with you? All right. So, since we can't dress anybody else up and we cannot make them pay attention or even check the agenda, you want to make sure that you paste your motion in local in small parts, giving people time to read it. Some may not have checked the agenda and have no idea about your motion, and for people's translators to be able to actually translate it. So if you're too wordy, people will not read all you have to say and your message will get lost.
So lost.
Very lost. So make notes on debaters' questions and those that are against to respond well. You're wanting to convince a clan leader to sponsor you at the next GCSC meeting, so work for it.
So, what happens if nobody sponsors my motion?
Oh, well, just bless your little heart. Kelly, you're going to want to take note of the debate and what might need to change in your motion. If you're headstrong, if you still believe in it as it is written, it might just die there. Or if you may want to make changes to it and present it again. Talk to the leaders, partner with your own clan leaders to see what suggestions they have. Be prepared to amend or reword your motion depending on the results of the debate to satisfy the council or improve the motion. Sometimes there has to be compromise to make it work.
So I'm writing this down because that's really great information. But what I really heard was is do not hit people with a bat to get my motion sponsored. Is that's what I heard? Is that correct?
Pretty much, fella. You can't be taking a bat to people.
What about, I guess, no weapons?
No, no, I really don't think that that would be appreciated in the meeting.
Size. Well, I've really learned a lot today.
I've learned a few things too, that I cannot dress you up and take you anywhere.
No, that's true.
Thanks for watching. Hope you learned a little something. And this concludes the More You Know Progeny PSA podcast on how to write a motion. Be sure to check back. More to come. Thanks for listening. This is The Voice.
And the felly.
Remember to like and subscribe.